Is XRP a safe investment? You clicked on this video because you want to know the answer to that question. And so by the end of this video, my hope is that I can help you have a little bit more comfort in maybe identifying that answer. But let me preface all of this with saying that none of this is financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube sharing my opinion. Speaking of YouTube, if you're new here to this channel, my name is Donny Joseph. We talk about crypto, we talk about investing, talk about a little bit of health, mindset, well, all of that stuff, okay? But again, I'm just a normal dude. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I have 3 kids, I coach one of their baseball teams, I coach another soccer team, I train jujitsu, but I have a love for crypto. And if you're here watching this video, it tells me that you possibly have an intrinsic interest in the crypto space as well. And something else that it tells me, the fact that you clicked on this video, is that A, you're either new to XRP, right? You're thinking that you might want to get into it, or B, you're currently investing in it and you're questioning whether or not it's a safe investment for you. Did you make the right decision? And so with those two things in mind, I think it kind of tailors the conversation that we need to have. Because yes, we're going to talk about XRP. Yes, I'm going to give you my opinion, but I think that we need to have a bigger conversation. Okay, so let's have a bigger conversation. But before we do, I do want to say that speaking of XRP, I have this cool hat. It's an XRP hat. On a previous video, I gave one away. There was a lot of interest in it, and so I want to give another hat away. Okay, this is made by Sunnyside Inc. They're a veteran-owned company, and I'm going to tell you how you can win this hat. So stick around through the video, and later on the back end of the video, I'll tell you how you can win it. So here's a conversation that I think that we should have. First, why I'm in the crypto space is because I believe and I understand that our financial system is changing right now. So that's why I'm here. I don't know why you're here. I'm here because I understand that our financial system is changing. Okay, so that's number one. And I believe that crypto is going to play a major role in how this new financial system works. Okay, everything's going to be on the blockchain, tokenized. We're going to be using a lot of various cryptos, whether they're stable coins or all of that. So it's going to play a major role in this new financial system. But in addition to that, my thought is that the crypto space for me, and again, well, I haven't said this on this video. I have several businesses. I've invested in businesses. I have other investments outside of the crypto space. And when I look at crypto, I believe that it gives us the biggest opportunity for ROI, return on our investment. Not in the short term. Yeah, in the short term, yes, I think that we can have some price appreciation and make some large gains, possibly. But I'm looking at more of the longer timeline of investing, and I think that crypto condenses the amount of time that we need to make some of the money that other forms of investing would take. Okay, that's just my personal thought. All right, so that's the other thing. Another consideration of mine in terms of investing in the crypto space is that I believe we only have until 2030. And that's just my opinion. I think we have until 2030 where things are going to look a lot different. And I think that it's going to be much harder to get ahead after 2030. Some of that has to do with maybe AI and investing capabilities in terms of like opportunity. Some of that may be that Main Street, I should say, is going to be here. And there's not going to be as much opportunity. There's not going to be as much price appreciation. So that's another thought that I have. So I think that one, again, it's the financial system is changing. Crypto is going to be a part of that new financial system. Crypto is also going to give us the largest amount of upside in the shortest amount of time. And 2030, we may not have these opportunities again. So with those things in mind, okay, now we look at which crypto projects are going to give us the best opportunity. And that leads us to XRP, okay? And I'm not saying, hey, XRP is the one you should invest in. Some people believe that it's Bitcoin. Some people believe that it's Solana. Some people believe that it's Ethereum. I happen to believe in XRP. That's just my belief, okay? Your question should be, one, have you thought of those things? Is that why you're here? Two, now that you understand those things, which crypto projects give you that best opportunity? Okay. I think my personal opinion, Bitcoin is a good investment, although I don't see it having as much upside as other smaller projects, right? In other words, for what is Bitcoin at today? Bitcoin's at 60 something thousand dollars. Okay. Its all-time high was 120,000 or so. For it to go, let's just say to 500,000, how much up and down needs to take place? And even if let's just say you bought in at 100,000 and it goes to 500,000, how many times did your money compound? Right? So what was your ROI on that? Now, let's say you find a project like XRP that right now is at $1, what was it at? $1.40 something, I think today. But maybe you bought in at $2. Maybe you bought in at $3. If it goes to, let's say, $15 or $20, like how many times does your money compound? That's how I kind of look at these projects, okay? Again, this is just me. So which project do you think would give you the best opportunity? Now that we are looking through that lens, now we have to start looking into the projects, okay? When I look at XRP specifically, I start with the top, the CEO of the company, that's Brad Garlinghouse, okay? What kind of person is he? Is he somebody with character? Is he somebody that's leading the company, Ripple? Is he somebody that's making sound decisions? Is he moving forward? What kind of business decisions are they making? What do I see there? Do I believe in this person? Is this somebody that I want to say, hey, I want to invest in what you are doing? Because there are other crypto projects that, in full transparency, I've invested in that after doing my due diligence and I invested at the wrong time and I invested for the wrong reasons. But after I started understanding crypto at a higher level and this space at a higher level, and then I looked into the CEO, I was like, man, this isn't a good project. I don't believe in this person leading the company, and I don't know that I'm going to make my money back. That was a bad investment. I don't feel that way about XRP. What are some other things that we can look at? Well, what is XRP's utility? That's like, I guess, the biggest one that you could say. What is their utility? I believe that it's going to play a major role in our financial system, in how money moves in the future. Like, let's take a country like Japan. If Japan needs to move a large amount of money, I believe through their partnerships that they're going to use XRP as the way to move the money, right? So that's just, again, that's one of the things that I look at. And again, I'm not trying to sell you on XRP. I'm not trying to sell you on a price point. I'm not going to try and hype you up on it. If you've watched my previous videos, I'm not a bullshitter. I'm not here to give you hope or any of that stuff. Do I believe that XRP at some point will be worth a lot more than what it is now? I do. I believe that in order for it to be used the way that it was designed, that it has to be at a higher price. But I'm not investing now because I think that tomorrow it's going to jump up to $100 or tomorrow it's going to jump up to $1,000. In full transparency, when I first started getting back into crypto, I was attracted to the guys that were saying, XRP to $10,000, XRP to $1,000. That attracted me. That got me excited. But then I had to start really doing research and understanding where I'm putting my money. My thought process behind all of this, again, whether it's XRP, whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or other investments, things are going to take time, just like any other process, okay? Just like any other investing process. People invest in their 401k, and they believe that if they put a little bit out of every paycheck, that in time, by the time they retire 20 years later, 30 years, that they're going to have money in there to retire on. I would argue that that won't be the case based on the cost of living, based on inflation. I don't know that their 401k will sustain them. That's my thought. That's why I'm here in the crypto space, because again, I believe that it's our biggest opportunity for normal people like you and I to have the largest amount of price appreciation. And again, I think that if you clicked on the video because you're wondering, is this a safe investment? We have to start going down that ladder. And don't listen to me. Don't listen to Coach JV. Don't listen to Jake Claver. Don't listen to anybody. Maybe take bits and pieces of things that might interest you or that you like, hey, that's something to chew on. But at the end of the day, you have to make your own decisions based on the research that you are doing. You should dive into these things. I have 3 kids and a wife. I have several companies. I have people that rely on me. And so what I can't do is hop onto YouTube and roll the dice because some other influencer or person is telling me what to think and what to do. I have to make those decisions and live with those decisions. I could tell you, hey, XRP is the best investment that you would ever make. I believe that it's going to go to X amount of money. I think that if you took everything that you made and threw in XRP, that in 5 years, 10 years, you would appreciate. I can say that. But what about if XRP goes down to 50 cents? And you're going to be panicking and you're going to be like, oh my God, this was the worst investment. I listened to that guy, Donny, on YouTube and worst decision I ever made. You're going to sell at the wrong time. And then it's going to shoot back up and you're going to go back in and buy some more. And then it's going to drop and you're going to panic all over again. And that's why it's important to understand how to navigate the crypto space. Because let's just call it what it is. There's a lot of market manipulation that takes place. There's a ton of market manipulation that takes place. I believe that it's taking place right now. I believe that the prices that we're seeing right now are so that the big money, the big banks, the guys like BlackRock, all of these companies can get in at the prices that they need. Because they've been sitting on the sidelines for the last several years and they haven't been able to buy at the 30 cent and the 15 cent and the 80 cent. So what do? They manipulate the market so that the prices come down, so that everybody goes away, everybody's fearful, and then what do? They accumulate. And so if we can sort of rewire the way that we see the market, right? We got to rewire the way that we see it. And when it's red, when it's down, we have to look at that as opportunity. Because let's just say, I guess there's 2 types of people, okay? There are the people that see the market is down right now. The fear and greed index is very low right now. And they look at the market in the red and they go, man, crypto's a scam. It's dangerous. I can't invest. There's that type of person. And then there's the other person like me. Crypto's down. It's in the red. Holy smokes. I cannot believe that I'm getting XRP at this price. And I'm just using XRP because you're here for XRP. I can't believe that I'm getting XRP at this price. And so I buy more. It's the same way. Pretend you owned a shoe company, okay? You manufactured shoes. And you went to some third world country and you went to this island and nobody has shoes. Well, there's two types of people. There's the people that are going to look around and they're going to say, I have this shoe company. Nobody here is wearing shoes. I'm not going to be able to make any money here. Nobody wears shoes. But then there's going to be the other person that has the shoe company. And they're going to look around. They're going to see nobody with shoes. They're going to be like, holy smokes, look at all this opportunity. Nobody here has shoes. I can sell shoes to everybody. That's how I've rewired my brain in this crypto space, because I'm a long-term investor. Do I want short-term appreciation? I would love it. I would love for the market to take off and that I can pull profits at my exit targets. But I'm also a long-term investor. I'm treating this like my 401k. I know that every day I dollar cost average certain amounts of money into the crypto space, and I'm just accumulating, whether it's up or whether it's down. When it's down even lower, I buy even more. I celebrate. I'm happy to see that the market is down right now, because now I can accumulate the opportunities there for me to accumulate the stuff that I couldn't get when the price was higher. Because I'll be honest, I was a little jealous. I was a little jealous of the guys that got in when they were buying at 15 cents, at 20 cents, at 30 cents, because I started researching XRP at 40 cents. And then it shot up, and then it shot up again, and then it shot up again. And I was like, man, I wish I would have got more. I wish I would have got more. Now, guess what? Here's my chance. Okay. Now, again, I'm not telling you to go and invest in XRP. Do your own research. But I will say this, because again, if you're new, and I have people that are on my team or people that are in my circle that have invested in XRP, and they message me and they're like, man, I should have never invested, because they see the price going down. I want to give you some, I don't want to say insight, but based on, I'm not a TA guy, but there's some high level TA guys that I'm fortunate to have access to. And based on what they're seeing is that we might see further decline in the market. Okay. We might see further decline in the market. So for me, I have my targets to buy XRP. I have a target set at $1.07. I have another target set, I think, at 94 cents. And I have another target set at 83 cents, just in case. I'm not saying that it's going to go down there, but if the charts play out the way that they're seeing, or I don't want to say projecting, because anything can happen, that we'll see it go down even further. So if you bought in today and it's, I don't know what it is, $1.40 something, and tomorrow it drops to, or maybe goes up to $1.60, and then it pulls back to $1.25, you have to understand that it's just the way the market works. And again, that's why I have targets to buy and I have targets to exit. Okay. So I promised you a hat, this one. And if you want to win this hat, simply drop a comment, XRP Warrior. And what I'll do, I'm going to extend the timeline. After a couple of days, I'm going to go through the comment section and I will pick somebody that will win the hat. Just comment XRP Warrior. If you've enjoyed it this far, please subscribe. I will share with you my strategy of investing. It's very basic. It's a very basic strategy. Okay. I have several forms of income. My first obligation is to pay down all of my debt. I don't want to have any debt. So I'm paying down all of my high interest debt because that's eating up my cash flow. What I like to look at is cash flow. Again, I have several businesses. I've written a couple of #1 best-selling books. Those things bring in cash flow. I have some vending machines. I sell some of my stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I'm always looking for ways to get creative and get as much cash flow as I can, A, to pay off debt, and B, to get into investing. So after my debts pay down, then I pay all of my bills. Okay. I pay my house payment. My company has a vehicle, so I pay my vehicle payment, my insurance, my kids' schooling, all of the important pieces. And then anything that's left over, I take that and I invest it. Okay. predominantly it goes into the crypto space. Okay. Because again, I believe that that has the biggest opportunity for me. It's risky because I'm very heavily leveraged into the crypto space. Okay. I also invest into ETFs that pay out dividends. Okay. So I have several ETFs that I invest into. I've been expanding those little by little. I have a couple of stocks that I invest into, nothing major. And then I have a cash value life insurance policy sitting, waiting for me. Okay. Actually, that's a lie. I have two insurance policies. One, I have a term insurance policy. Okay. The reason I have a term policy, it's for a total of 20 years. And I think it's at like $3 million for the first 10 years. And then from 10 to 20, it's $1 million. The reason I did that was just in the event that something happens to me while I'm building my wealth, my family's taken care of. Okay. So they have something to pay off the house. They have some money to live on, to invest, and all of those things. So that was number one. I had to protect my home base. My other insurance policy is part of my investment strategy. So right now I'm just paying the minimum payments. Full transparency, I'm paying the minimum payments. It's like $200 a month for my premium. And I can throw in a total of, I think it's like $37,000 a year. So what my plan is, what I'm doing is, as I have price appreciation in the crypto space, I'm going to pull profits and I'm going to max fund that policy. The reason I'm going to max fund that policy, meaning I'm going to cap it out, the full $37,000 that I can put in, is so that it starts earning interest. It's going to start earning market-like returns in that policy. As it's earning returns, I can then borrow against it. I can leverage it. So I can pull some of that money out, and I don't pay taxes on this money. This is taxed at like 5%, or I'm sorry, I pay interest at like 5% on this, while this is still earning interest, still earning, it's not like, oh, I took out $20,000 and now subtracting 20,000. No, the full amount is still earning interest. So I borrow 20,000. I take that 20,000 and then I invest that into more assets, whether that's more businesses, whether that's more crypto, whether that's more stocks, whatever I choose to do. And then I use that to pay back the policy. Now, I don't even have to pay back the policy. I will, but I don't have to. If for some reason something happens to me, that amount that I borrowed gets pulled off of the death benefit. Okay, so it just, when my wife gets the payout of the policy, they subtract the amount that's borrowed against it. So that's essentially my strategy. I'm always looking at creating more cash flow because I believe that that gives me the biggest opportunity to help grow the snowball. Okay. For you, and again, none of this is financial advice. I'm just sharing what I'm doing. But for you, if you're working a 9 to 5, or if you are like me, you're a business owner, entrepreneur, number one, you have to make sure that you're not giving away money to credit cards. Okay. Because even if you're paying 20% on a credit card and you're not earning over 20% on your investments, then you're just throwing money out the window. So you have to get this down first. Okay. The other thing is, you should only be investing what you can afford to lose. Okay. If you're putting money into investments and it's not money that you should be investing, meaning that you're investing your money that should be going towards your house payment, towards your car payment, towards your kids' school, towards food, whatever that is, then you're going to be very emotional during this market because there's so much manipulation, there's so much volatility, there's so much up and down, and it means that you're investing money that you shouldn't be investing. Okay. Like I've said in previous videos, if the market is giving you a lot of uneasiness, it's either you're investing in projects that you don't fully understand, or you're investing money that you can't afford to lose. So that's just like base level. Okay. I hope this video has brought you some comfort or more insight. If it's helpful, please let me know in the comments. Please subscribe. This is a new channel. We're building it up. And again, I'm just a normal guy like you, an investor, and interested in the crypto space. So I would love to go along with you on this journey, or you along with me on the journey. That's what this is all about. That's why I started this YouTube channel, to help other people like me that are trying to do the right thing, grow their wealth, do it for their family. And I would love to do that alongside of you. So anyways, I appreciate you watching this far. Until next time, we'll talk soon.